Hey there! If you've ever been to Japan or are planning a trip, you should know that some things we do every day might shock the locals. Let's dive into what you should absolutely avoid doing in Japan to stay out of awkward situations. Don't leave tips. In many countries, tipping is expected, but in Japan, it is not only unnecessary, but can even be considered rude. Japanese people take great pride in their work and believe that good service should be the standard, not something that requires extra payment. If you leave a tip in a restaurant, the waiter will most likely chase you down to return the money, thinking you forgot it. The same applies to taxis and hotels. Alternative, instead of tipping, just say arigatou, thank you, or give a slight bow. Fun fact, the only exception is high-end hotels or private tour guides who work with foreigners, where service charges might already be included. Don't talk loudly on public transport. Japanese trains and buses are shockingly quiet. Even when crowded, you'll rarely hear loud conversations. What to do instead? If you need to speak, whisper. Avoid taking phone calls, but if it's urgent, cover your mouth and speak as quietly as possible. Many Japanese people prefer texting rather than talking on public transport. Fun fact, in Shinkansen, bullet trains, talking is allowed, but only in designated areas between carriages. Don't stick chopsticks upright in rice. In Japan, sticking chopsticks vertically into rice is linked to Buddhist funeral rituals. It's a major taboo. Other chopstick mistakes to avoid: passing food directly from one pair of chopsticks to another. This resembles how bones are handled during cremation. Tapping chopsticks on bowls, considered childish and bad manners. Using only one chopstick looks improper and disrespectful. How to do it right? If you need to put chopsticks down, use a chopstick rest or lay them horizontally on your bowl. Don't blow your nose in public. Blowing your nose in public, especially in quiet places like trains, is considered impolite. What do Japanese people do instead? Many simply sniffle instead of blowing their nose. If they have a cold, they wear a mask to avoid spreading germs. Fun fact, during hay fever season in spring, due to cedar pollen, thousands of Japanese people wear masks to protect themselves. Don't hug or shake hands too much. Personal space is very important in Japan. Hugging or even shaking hands can feel too intimate for many locals. How do Japanese people greet each other? The most common way is bowing. The deeper the bow, the more respectful. Handshakes are sometimes used, but mostly in business settings. Hugs, almost never. Even among close friends. Don't enter a house with shoes on. In Japan, it's strictly forbidden to wear outdoor shoes inside homes, traditional restaurants, temples, schools, and ryokans, traditional inns. What to do? Take off your shoes in the genkan, entryway. Use indoor slippers provided by the host. If you go to the toilet, switch to special toilet slippers. And don't forget to change back afterward. Fun fact, some offices also require employees to change into office slippers to keep the space clean. Don't eat while walking. Even though Japan has plenty of street food, locals do not eat while walking. Why? It's seen as careless and impolite. You might spill food on yourself or others. The only exception is at festivals and food fairs, where designated eating areas are provided. Where can you eat? Sit down in a cafe, park, or near vending machines. Eating is allowed on Shinkansen, bullet trains, but not on regular commuter trains. Don't pour your own drink. At social gatherings in Japan, you should never pour your own drink. How does it work? Pour drinks for others around you. Someone else will fill your glass in return. Fun fact, if your glass is empty, a friend or colleague will likely refill it. Refusing may seem impolite. Don't point with your finger. Pointing at people or objects with your finger is considered rude in Japan. What to do instead? Use an open hand to gesture. If referring to yourself, don't point at your chest. Touch your nose instead. Don't enter an onsen, hot spring, with tattoos. Japanese onsen, hot springs, are an important part of the culture. But if you have tattoos, you might not be allowed in. Why? Tattoos in Japan are traditionally associated with the Yakuza, Japanese mafia. Most onsen prohibit tattoos, even small ones. How to enter an onsen if you have tattoos? Look for onsen that allow tattoos. They are becoming more common. Use special tattoo covers to hide them. Now, you know what not to do in Japan. Which of these surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We have plenty more amazing stories about Japan coming soon.